Welcome to Lanzarote. This is my home for the week. We're hosting a running channel training camp, but that does not mean the marathon training is going to stop. I am only a few weeks away from Osaka Marathon, where I'm hoping to get a brand new PB. So I am working hard. The training hasn't quite tapered off yet. I was hoping this week was going to be a little bit easier, but no, Andy Hobdell is mean. So the session that I'm doing today is absolutely savage. So savage, I've named it Evil Track Workout in my watch. I'm doing 2K in 10 minutes. Sounds fine so far. Then about 3 minutes recovery, I think. Then it's into track work. So I've got 5 lots of 400 with 100-meter recoveries, 3 minutes between sets, and I repeat that whole thing from the first 2K to the end of the 400s 3 times. I might not be able to talk much a lot during this because it's going to be one of the most savage sessions I've ever done, but let's see how it goes. Tom, on your bike, let's go. So this workout on the face of it kind of surprised me just because it was so long, so complicated, and had so many different components. I've done quite a few actually, different varieties of interval training across this marathon training block, but this one's definitely seems to be the biggest session that I've done, although I'm interested to see how long I will have actually run by the end of it. Welcome to Mars. The running channel's relocated a little bit. Tell you what though, listening to the sea when you're running is so cool. Although it rained today, so the theme of this run, which I wasn't expecting, is going to be puddles. And it might look pretty dry right now, but once we get onto the track, it's really wet. Right, into the 3 minutes. I didn't think I'd actually manage that second K. We've been so active whilst we're here, and it's easy to forget how just doing a little bit extra can actually make you so fatigued, but I managed that. Needed to do 2K in 10, did 2K in 9:57. 1 minute to do 200 meters. And then it's time. It's time for laps of the track. So I have 1 minute and 45 seconds to do a lap, and then we're off. That one was better, although the start was not perfect. All I'm thinking when I'm going round is how many I've got to do, but I found that the single most useful thing that I've picked up in the last kind of year, 18 months of running, is run them while you're in. Doesn't matter what's going to happen for the rest of the session, just nail each individual one at a time and then it'll piece together. Right, 10 seconds. Starting off with starting at the right time. Let's go lane 2. The training for this marathon has really built up over the last few weeks. I've done my longest run ever actually for a marathon training block. It was 35 kilometers and it didn't go very well at all. 3 minutes recovery now before we do all of that again. This is so tough.
Let's do it one more time or 2 more times?
2 more times. This is evil. This is what I labelled it. It's workouts like this where I'm like, God, how do I run a marathon? At this, I think, I should have Googled this beforehand, but I'm pretty sure, no. The pace that I'm doing on the track is 1:45, and a 25-minute 5K, which is 5 minute per kilometre pace, is 2 minute 400s. 2 minute 400s? Yeah, I think it's 2 minute 400s. So I'm doing 5 minute Ks and then like 4 something track laps. I sound so knowledgeable. But it's just hard. And also everyone keeps asking me, what are you going for Osaka? What are you doing for Osaka? And I am solidly sticking with, I would like 3:45. That is a good for age. That would make me feel good. That would be lovely, which I think that pace is about 5:20 per kilometre for a whole marathon, which feels scary. But 5 minute per kilometre pace, which is what I've spent hours and hours and hours running throughout this marathon training block, which is what I think my coach, Andy Hobdell, still believes I might have a chance of doing. That just feels like such a scary pace. And especially on like workouts like this right now, I'm like, how could I run that for 42.2 kilometres? But anyway, I haven't had any water and I've got 20 seconds left. I don't know where to put it. I'll put it over here. Okay, So we're back into 2 kilometers now. Oh, and my hairband's fallen out. Oh, no, it hasn't. Off we go. Bye, see you later. And we're back, round 2. I'm having a chat with myself. I got a bit negative there, and that's okay, but I need to have a bit of a talking to myself for this next rep. Which is actually going quite well because I'm currently going too fast. But as we discovered for the first time, it's uphill on the way back. So let's bank a bit of time on the way down. But although in the moment I was really annoyed that it went really badly, it was actually quite good in a way that it went wrong, because it flagged up so many different things that I hadn't quite got nailed down that can definitely play a big factor in whether it goes right on race day. And one of those has actually been mental resilience. I'm at the stage where you just get a bit grumpy. I'm in a beautiful place. I'm running paces I never thought I'd be able to run at. And I'm grumpy. I think I've kind of lost a little bit over this training block, and I'm not really sure why. But over the last few runs, I've really tried to alter my mindset for each run. And actually, in this session, you can see, as soon as I start to feel bad as I'm running, I'm instantly trying to do everything in my head to make myself feel better. I'm instantly trying to have a little chat with myself. And actually, that can make such a big difference to how the rest of the session goes. Look at the nice sea. Breathe in the fresh air. Embrace your surroundings and be happy. Smile, and it might be less painful. This time around for marathon training, I've really enjoyed interval sessions like this. I think I found long, slow, same pace runs really hard, but actually I haven't had to do many of them at all. Right, 400 meters to go, and then another 400 meters to go, and then another 400 meters to go. That's what 2K is, isn't it? 400 meters. So it's like doing 5 laps of the track and then doing 5 laps of the track.
As you can see, everybody, Sarah didn't get any qualifications for that. That was too easy.
Hey, we've never claimed that you should watch us for maths. One thing that I've really enjoyed is that every single long run session I've had has been broken up into little chunks or different bits of pacing. And that's actually really helped with intervals as well, because I'm so used to kind of keeping on my toes and constantly changing pace. And it's made it so much easier to just jump into an interval. Whereas this time last year, I probably would have really struggled with having to stop and then do a lap of the track and then stop and then do another lap. Whereas actually now I know how to ramp up the speed and just get straight into it. Okay, so that is, I've only got to do 2K one more time. So that's good. This is a nice little jog, and then we're back into the 400s, which I am not looking forward to. Okay, another 30 seconds, and then some 400s. The key that I'm finding is just trying to nail all of the reps, and then what I'm slowly trying to get better at is just making sure that all of the recoveries are what Andy wants as well. But in order of priority, for me, it goes reps and then recoveries. Time for some reps. Ready? If I could start again with this training block, I'd definitely try to keep the easy runs easier. I think I was so focused on trying to make every session count that I actually made myself a lot more tired than I needed to be at the start. 30 seconds left. That felt less good. I think every rep is going to feel a little bit harder, and also each rep is like a challenge to get going. Well, I'm definitely in the period of marathon training now where I just want to eat everything at all times, which everyone's finding very funny on this holiday because it's buffet for every single meal, which I'm taking full advantage of. And I just feel tired all the time, but I think I felt more tired maybe than I should have done at the start of the block, because I was just trying to do all my easy pace runs quite quickly. But actually, it's so much better to have variety, and that's what I've taken through into the end. But if I could go back and do it again, I would have made those first few weeks a lot easier. You never really know with a marathon whether you are ready or whether you've done enough or whether you can do it. It's such a mammoth distance that doing 400s on a track is so far removed to running 26.2 miles on the road. Oh yes, that was the last one. There's no water, let's grab it. Yeah. Okay, 1 set left, 1 set left. That was quite a good lap because there was a speed walking competition going around, so I could just focus on that. And like I said before, this workout's really tough, but it's not at spew your guts out speed. It's at like slightly quicker than kind of between 5k and 10k pace. So per 400, it's quite nice. Andy Hobdell's probably going to be annoyed that I've rested too much, and that's why it's so easy. But hey, I've got the work done, and that is half the hard work, or like 75%, I would say. But I'm pretty happy with how it's felt. Each lap has just been about, I think I said this a while back in a video about track workouts, but it makes it so much easier if you can focus on something at either end of the track. So all I'm doing is taking the corners nice and steady, then as soon as I break through one corner, I'm locking my eyes on, there's like a logo for where we're at down one end of the track. Then I make it through the other corner, in like a lamb, out like a lion, as my driving instructor used to say around corners. And then coming back down the home straight, there's a nice little archway to focus on. Tom liked my little quote there. If you are struggling with your interval sessions and a track is something that you've never used before, I so recommend it, because like you get this. Like, I'm not involved with the speed walking competition, or I'm not involved with other people's track workouts. I think there's a club out here, there's 2 people out here absolutely smashing it round. And it doesn't matter, everyone's out doing their own thing, but you're all kind of coming together and you kind of egg each other on. Like I did 1 lap with someone like chasing me down, and he overtook me at the end, and it was quite exciting. And then there was another lap where I was trying to catch up with someone and I didn't. But that's fine, that's what tracks are.
One could say that's motivation.
That looks weird. We've got 10 seconds before I need to head off, but this is motivation.
I'm motivation.
No, not Tom.
Me.
Right, 10 seconds, off we go. One thing that I've learned over this training block is to really trust what I'm doing and how it's all going to piece together. And with most long runs that I've done, I have seen it pay off. So that's why I try to put my all into every single session and try and use my favourite mantra, run the mile you're in. Because if you spend all of your time worrying about what's to come, then you'll never actually get the job done. So this set is the one that's going to be hard on the legs. The middle set, I always find that first set's usually quite easy. Second set is where you break your mental toughness. And then the third set is where you break your physical toughness. Hi. I mean, that's just showing off. I bet that's so good for your like...
Sorry mate, for this video we can interview that. I made you look inferior.
I mean, a lot of people make me look inferior. Just get Andy, any of you.
Stop now.
I should stop.
I definitely saw the camera and decided to run.
She was doing it on the track yesterday.
That's incredible.
I know. If you think about it though, that would be so good for, like, hula hooping, so good for your like core and then keeping yourself upright. So if you could do that whilst running, does anyone here, have you ever hula hooped whilst running? Let me know in the comments. I don't think anyone will have.
I have.
No, you haven't.
If anyone wants to see it.
Yeah, if this video gets to 2,000 likes, then me and Tom will hula hoop for 5k.
5k?
Is that a bit far?
That's a lap of the track.
Okay, we'll hula hoop for a lap of the track, and whoever loses yeah, okay, whoever loses has to do a hula hoop 5k. There is a storm coming. Oh, it's literally started raining. I've got 30 seconds and then 5 400s.
In the storm.
In the storm. Everyone else, literally everyone else has just finished their track session. Tom also just stuck it into the sand bit, which I enjoyed. Well, that's good, isn't it? Everyone else is done. Everyone else is, you know, going to the bar, having some snacks, going to the shop, buying some sweets. Meanwhile, that's quite a big grey cloud, isn't it? Oh, geez. Off we go. You can't do all of your training for a marathon in one go, and you can't do your whole session in one go. So run the mile you're in, or the kilometre, based on where you are in the world. Yes, that was better. That was so much better. I did not nail the first two. Yeah, I've got one more. I did not nail the first two in that set. I think I did 147s, but 3 and 4 have come back with anger. And I think that was a 144 and a 143, maybe, but better, more on track. Underneath 145, which is good. And then for the last one, I might smash it out and see how fast I can go. Maybe, or is that a terrible idea? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Done. Last time we were here in Lanzarote, which was a year ago, I was doing 5K training, and I think I was targeting maybe 22:30, and I had a whole workout that was doing, I think, 95-second laps of the track, and I was trying to get, for the whole, I think 4 or 5 days that we were here, I was trying to get a lap that was under 130, and I think I got it on the last day, and Andy was like, yes, I'm so proud of you. That lap was like a 130 dead, or 129, I'm not sure, I need to look in the stats afterwards. Tom's holding out his hand. I thought you meant a step further back, but that's great. I think it's so good to come back and just measure where you are, because that was a hard workout. I did not enjoy that. I went into a cave and I had to drag myself back out of the cave. But actually, if I look at that workout in the grand scheme of where I've come with my running, that's great. So I'm happy with that. That has given me a real nice positive after what is probably my last big track session before Osaka Marathon. So hopefully I've done enough hard work. Let me know in the comments if you have any words of advice, any words of wisdom. Has anyone run Osaka Marathon? Let me know in the comments. And also, is anyone training for a marathon right now? I would love to know where you're at, what marathon you're training for. Please let me know. And if you want to see what happened the last time I ran a marathon, go and check out this video. This was Berlin. This is where I ran. Actually, I'm not going to tell you what I ran, because if you haven't watched it yet, go and watch it. It's nail biting. And I'm going to go and do a cool down lap. See you later.